Alright, the next quest in the Hildebrand quest line is a burst of inspiration given to us by Briardien, his rival inspector. We are to the southwest, somewhere in that vicinity area of Costa del Sol. Oops, sorry. Sorry for the clap. There's a little gnat that's bugging me right now. Level 50, still. Here we go. Cutscene. So Hildebrand has managed thus far not to destroy anything. Consider me something almost resembling impressed. Ha! Indeed, says Ellie. But enough about Hildebrand. Mercy and I have been waiting to hear your latest theories. So we should go somewhere quiet and... An excellent idea, Miss Ellie. Ah, yes, that spot just over there by the crate should suffice. There? Of all places? But surely we could find somewhere more scenic. She's panicking because, in case you don't remember from the last video or you didn't watch the last video, the crates are where Nashu chose to store her bombs because she thought the coconuts looked lonely. Anyway. I'm not here on vacation. I'm here to solve a case. Besides, we cannot afford to have our conversation overheard. That junk-littered beach should afford us some welcome privacy. Privacy, maybe. Yes, Inspector. Privacy indeed. We watch him go. Bloody hells, don't worry, Mercy. I'll figure out some way to lead him clear of the bombs. I give her a nod. Quest accepted. And we walk, run, mount over to the crates. Has she done something? That's Moonbreeder. No. The bombs are still obviously bombs, but we'll talk to Briardien to continue. See what happens here. Cutscene. We see the stick on the beach, the Nashu stick that I think she was hoping to hit. Well, not hoping to, but she was ready to hit Hildebrand over the head if she needed to. And then the 3 bombs amongst the coconuts. Is it just me, or is there a bit of a chill in the air? Perhaps we should go someplace warm, says Ellie, with me nodding. I, for one, welcome a respite from the sweltering heat. Besides, this will not take long. His back is to the crates and the bombs and the coconuts. Ellie and I keep looking over to the crates, like, not at all suspiciously, but obviously very suspiciously, and he hasn't picked up on it yet, I guess. If you insist, Inspector. He walks... Oh, God, one of the bombs has rolled off the crate. We're both shocked. Open-mouthed, but he doesn't turn. Through the questioning of a brass blade attacked by our quarry, I have identified the 3 individuals most likely to be our thief in disguise. To wit, Morgant, Yalto Nolto, and Lewinhard. The 3 of us shall split up, with each of us keeping watch over... He notices our agape mouths and whatever. Are the 2 of you listening? Like we're just staring at the bombs. We both turn to him. Oh, of course we are. Beg pardon, Inspector. I give a nod as well with a thin-lined smile. You look unwell, Miss Ellie. Perhaps you were right. I, too, feel a chill wind blowing in. Mayhap we should continue our conversation elsewhere. Ah, but there is no need. Wait here, and I shall build us a fire. Hildebrand and Nashu are watching from some distance. Ha ha ha! Methinks the inspector has taken leave of his senses. The chance of locating suitable kindling on these barren shores is infinitesimal. Nashu gives a clap. He inspects the 1 stick on the beach that was Nashu's. Here we are. This piece of driftwood should serve perfectly. And as fortune would have it, I just happen to have a flint stone on my person. Hildebrand looks very shocked now. Nashu is jumping and cheering for some reason. Hildebrand's mouth is wide open. Nashu gives him a couple pats on the back. And a fire has been lit on the end of the stick. He is holding it in his hands. We are backing away from him. Very slowly, mouths agape. Hildebrand does a couple poses. There's no cause for alarm. 'Tis not blood that courses through the inspector's veins, but ice. I could not fathom a series of events that would lead such a calm and composed individual to lose his firm grip on that fiery torch. So he's got a torch in his hand, next to the bombs. Remarkable insight, Inspector. I must record these words for posterity, says Nashu, writing them down in her book. 3 pages fly out of her book. Whee! It's flying! One of them landing at the feet of the inspector. He kneels down to pick it up. What have we here? He is holding it in front of himself. Everything is proceeding according to my master plan. We look over to see Hildebrand and Nash, who both take 2 knees, bowed all the way down to the ground. Ellie has looked over them. She has... There's facial expressions in these quests that don't exist in any other part of the game. So, like, Ellie's smile is, like, lips pursed, like she... I don't know how to describe it. Lips pursed and kind of puffed, but, like, pressed together, smiling in the direction, or... I don't know. Could this be another challenge from the fiend? Ellie and I perk up. He still doesn't see Nashu and Hildebrand, like, on their knees, totally bowed down to the ground. So, surely you jest, Inspector. It looks nothing like his usual cards. See? Doubtless it's just the idle ravings of some madman. I give a nod, a weak smile. Perhaps so, but we must exercise due caution. Ah, there are 2 more pages. He walks over to each of them. Nashu and Hildebrand are back up on their feet. Looks like Nashu is trying not to sneeze. Give up hope. He of many faces will laugh last. It is not the Lapis Maiden alone that shall come to harm. Yeah. It is more direct than his previous challenges, but there can be no doubt as to the sender. But what is this talk of another victim? The final page holds the answer, no doubt. Ellie's thinking. The final page? Yeah, I don't remember what was written, but she looks to me, her mouth agape. The inspector picks up the last page, is reading it. Confounding Inspector Briardien will meet a fiery demise. Ellie's mouth agape, my eyes wide, Hildebrand's mouth agape. Nashu's still trying not to sneeze, I think. He falls over backwards, tossing the torch into the air behind him, which is the direction of the bombs. We see in slow motion the torch is approaching the bombs. Ellie and Hildebrand both running, sprinting. Ellie's pushing the inspector out of the way, which makes herself, like, right next to the bombs. Hildebrand is about to launch himself in order to catch. He's sliding along the sand, probably short, but nope. He tries to catch the torch. It bounces on the sand for some stupid reason. Toward him, it's flipping end over end, bonks him on the head, or bounces on his head and balances perfectly upright. The fire up in the air, balancing straight up on his head as he is laying stomach and chest down in the sand. Inches, maybe 1 foot, maybe a couple feet away from the bombs, but Ellie smiles as she sits up and notices this. Hildebrand kind of, his like eyes look up, and now he gets a composed face. Nashu finally sneezes, which knocks over the torch and lights one of the bombs. And yeah, they explode. Hildebrand got one of those weird smiles on his face, like, oh shit. Gugurimu, I think, the Lalafell guy, he heard the blast, looks over. There's coconuts. There's Hildebrand, half buried, like torso down in the sand again. Briardien slowly sits up from being tackled by Ellie. Notices the coconuts, the wrecked crates, Hildebrand, half buried. Looks over to Ellie. She looks back. You saw through the fiend's ruse, but how? Let's just call it reporter's intuition. Are you hurt? A ringing in my ears, but otherwise no worse for the wear. You have my gratitude. He smiles at her. Hildebrand pulls himself from the sand and is on his butt. Hildebrand Manderville, were you able to learn aught of the fiend who made this ignoble attempt on my life? I exhausted every effort, Inspector, yet I fear our quarry proves ever elusive. Excellent. I might have died of shock if you had. At any rate, our foe has revealed himself as no mere thief, but a madman who will resort to cold-blooded murder. We must redouble our vigilance, lest the others come to harm. Ellie looks to him. Vigilance, yes. Vigilance is the order of the day. Guguremu comes running. What in the name of the gods? Thal's teeth. Those vegetables cost a fortune, and they're ruined. Ruined! Agent of Enquiry, more like agent of injury and incompetence. You are to replace the supplies that you destroyed before the banquet begins, or I will see the entire lot of you rot in jail. Sorry for once again changing his voice, but this is a voice I can remember. And do properly, as opposed to anything Irish, Scottish, or any other, whatever. We mount up Argos, the Golden Pupper, and fly north-northeast back to Costa del Sol proper, where we talk to Leeuwenhart to continue the quest. Oh, my internet was interesting for a second, I guess. We all approach Leeuwenhart. What was that terrible explosion coming from the beach? Is everyone safe? Fear not, the fiend's artless attempt on my life has been thwarted. Sadly, your food supply did not escape unscathed. Master Guguremu bids that the damaged ingredients be replaced with all speed. Good gods! This is no thief, this is a madman. As for replacing the ingredients, I fear that it will prove a difficult task. Those crates contained imported vegetables of considerable rarity, you see. Nashu was clapping for some reason. Vegetables that are in particularly short supply these days, what with the mandragores at large. Even if I were to place the order immediately, it would likely take days to arrive. The mandragores? I have heard of that fell band. Tell me, what manner of vegetables did they steal? The rarest was an import from the Far East. I do not recall the name, but it very closely resembled the Eorzean dragon pepper, save for its color, which was a deep purple. Methinks you dost worry too much, Master Leeuwenhart. Of course our action is clear. We need only storm into the den of these overgrown weeds and steal your precious purple dragon peppers right back. Is that supposed to be a reference to the giant purple people eaters? Precious purple dragon peppers. I don't know. I would advise against that, Inspector. These are no ordinary mandragores, but rather a bloodthirsty band of killers given succulent flesh. Even the brass blades of the Gerber, I'm going to say it different every time because I'm an idiot. Don't worry about it. Proved unable to resist them. Oh, a formidable foe indeed. Were only there a brave soul in our midst with a want for taking on fearsome enemies and with not a shred of concern for our own well-being. He turns to me. Your eyes, friend, they speak to me. They say, I shall vanquish these rogue vegetables and deliver the purloined goods back to their rightful owner. Nashu cheers. I get like okay, what? You truly are a godsend adventurer. One Sundamal of the Yellow Jackets has been charged with defending the roads from the Mandragoras. If anyone would have knowledge of their current whereabouts, it would be him. Without those ingredients, Master Guguremu was like to cook me instead. Please, friend, you're my only hope. A gentleman would never let a lady face danger alone. Let us away to Limsa together, says Hildy. And the cutscene ends with him walking away. Going to Limsa lower decks. 150 teleport. That's cheap as heck, bruh. Again, I have the cheaper teleportation thingy. Actually, I think it's cheaper transportation, which would include like Chocobo rides and such. Well, I don't... Wait, hold on. Is it teleportation? Teleportation, sorry. Because it didn't make the airship any cheaper, so... yeah. When you teleport to Limsa, he's directly to the north of the Aetheryte, the main Aetheryte. And, Hildy is here as well. If you come for the Mandragores, I fear you're half a bell too late. As were we, blasted all. This is a Rogadin male, yellow jacket, great axe at his back. To hear the poor merchant tell it, no sooner had he opened his cargo hold to check on a shipment of vegetables than did an onion turn on him, screeching bloody murder. Fled his own vessel in sheer terror, he did. By the time he came to his senses, it had set sail without him. The merchant left for Aleport, hoping to recoup his losses. If you've a mind to go after the culprits, you might lend an ear to his sad tale. Ah, it's the thrill of the chase. Is the thrill of the chase not invigorating, friend? The ferry docked by Fisherman's Bottom will carry us to Aleport. Let's be swiftly on our way. Okay, I will take the ferry. I don't know, it's fine. You don't have to, but you go to the Fisherman's Guild, and then south to the ferry, Aleport. 40 gil. It's like 20 seconds less instant than just teleporting here. But it probably saved 80 gil. I don't know. If you're into saving money, which I generally am. We have the tiny trader here who's looking like down on his luck, despondent a bit. He will be how we complete the quest. Eek! Don't sneak up on me like that. I thought you were a feral turnip, a murderous eggplant, or something like that. Think I jest, do you? You'd be singing a different tune if a shot of tomato juice almost took out your eye, as it did mine. My eye! By the time I'd regained me wits, they'd already set sail with me ship and me livelihood. I'm ruined, ruined! If I never see another bleeding onion until the end of me days, it'll be too soon. A burst of inspiration is complete. I do feel like I'm going to make at least one more video. Yeah, for sure. I would like to do that. But yeah, that's the end of this video. I will see you next time for the next one, which should be soon. Okay, bye. Okay, bye.